Alabama football signing day 2026. Today's show is presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield. Healthier people are happier people. We cover what matters. And today, what matters is National Signing Day. Welcome, everybody. I'm Chris Stewart, along with former Alabama great, now ESPN SEC Network great, Roman Harper.
Thank you, Chris.
Welcome home.
I appreciate that.
Great to have you back here. The locker room of Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. In a minute, we'll go to the tunnel. That's where the big board will be occupied by E.G. McCorder and telling us the latest for Alabama. Amazing. This weekend, it's the SEC Championship, but today, right now, it's about the future, and the future is now with National Signing Day.
Well, you know, before we had the college football playoffs and everything that we all love and get all salivating about who's releasing this, that, and the other, this was the big day in the offseason. It was about the signing day, how many people you were signing with from within the state, from out of the state, who was coming to help you be a part of your football program. And that had everybody excited because you knew who these guys were for the last 2 or 3 years in high school, and now they were coming to help your team and your program get closer to a championship.
It's amazing what all is being juggled this time of year, and we're actually going to talk with Coach Kalen DeBoer coming off the practice field, getting ready for the SEC Championship, but we'll have him discussing what he hopes will be future championships for the Crimson Tide with the recruiting class, some other guests joining us as well. But right now, we welcome in E.G. McCorder, who is taking a look at the big board and the names that are on the dotted line right now for the Crimson Tide. E.G.
Thanks, guys. I'm hanging out down here in the tunnel of Bryant-Denny Stadium. The energy is where it needs to be for National Signing Day, and I've had a chance to talk to a few of these guys. And this is the thing. I sat down with Jyra Edwards, 5-star out of Maryland safety, and I asked him, can that script day be a little intimidating if you're not quite ready for it? And he said, yes, ma'am, it can. But I made a decision that I was going to sacrifice now for a great opportunity later. And he said that is what the vibe is of the 2026 signing class. I asked for some descriptive words. What are they like? It's a fun group. It's a unique group. It's a special group that can win a national championship here at Alabama. And listen, Alabama is attempting to sign their second top 10 class under Coach Kalen DeBoer in year number 2 with the program. I'm excited for an exciting day to see where these guys continue to land on this big board. And with that, guys, back to you.
So much excitement always in that tunnel. We didn't have Thunderstruck playing like we're accustomed to for the Crimson Tide, but some exciting news about the future as well. Do want to remind you of something that's coming up very soon on social media. You may have seen some of the teases about it, but the Bama Way. It's the first episode dropping exclusively on Yay Alabama before the signatures come in and before the lights hit the field. There's an engine inside this program that really never stops, the recruiting and personnel department. These are the people who build the foundation of every championship run. The evaluators, the relationship builders, the planners, the connectors.
January 2024 was a crazy month. Coach Saban called me on Friday. I said to him, Coach, I said, we're talking more seriously than we have in the past. I think I need to talk to you about what's next. Going into detail, I shared with him that we had a 38-page plan, almost minute by minute, from the second he would retire. And I told him if he says he's retiring, we'll put the plan into action. And then Friday morning, we got the deal done for Coach DeBoer to become our coach.
I remember when we bought the land, and the stewardess, because we're descending on arrival, says there's 5,000 people at the airport, and me being clueless and ignorant, like, for what? She's like, oh, welcome to Alabama.
You know, any recruiter that's come through, I've known a lot of them, will tell you their job's a lot easier when they got a script A on their chest. That brand is bigger than any individual player that has ever come through here, period. From the time it started until now and in the future.
You think about, you know, what Bama means in the space. This is special. We're in a special moment.
My impression of recruiting of the South, it's a lot of things. It's nonstop. People are relentless. It's cutthroat.
I think for me, the number one priority when you're building a roster is finding the right people to fit your philosophy. You know, we always said that and it still holds true that Bama's not for everybody. You know, one philosophy I always had about the roster building, the teams that win the most games usually have the most draft picks.
If I could describe Alabama football recruiting in one word, I'd probably say the standard to what football recruiting should be at every school.
On that, winning helps with the future of your program.
And athletics is such an incredible tool to bring people together, to unite people, to change lives in a positive way. And it's an honor to be part of that on a daily basis.
Welcome back once again to Alabama Football Signing Day 2026. A lot of things to discuss. Let's get right into the most important part, though.
The players.
The young men, the players. It's about the players. I'm not surprised to hear you say that. Let's get into the ones that have already gotten their paperwork in, the signees for the Crimson Tide. We start with Corey Howard, a defensive lineman out of Valdosta, Georgia, 6'4 plus, 261 pounds.
Well, you know, first and foremost, he's coming from Valdosta, a school that is known for great football players putting out in the past, so I know that he's able to compete. And the one thing that I loved about what I did in my research on this kid is that he can punt. Didn't know that, did you, Chris? The young man can punt as well. That's the things that I like to hear about recruiting, especially a D lineman that can do something else besides block. I like it already. So for me, that makes me excited when I hear about other kids that can do other things outside of just the normal or typical what we expect them to be able to do.
I don't think I want that guy.
You don't want him punting?
I don't mind him punting, whatever he wants to do when he's that big, but I wouldn't have to come in and try to block a kick when that guy's put it up. He's going to try to bust through a lot of blocks and will do so successfully. A guy that's going to try to keep, at least in practice, try to keep him from getting back to the backfield. Chris Booker out of Hateville Charter. He's in Georgia, 6'3½", 286 pounds, again on that O-line.
Yes, he is. Another big guy, big body guy that everybody loves seeing just big guys destroy. Oh, my gosh, I hope that's him in the back right there just destroying somebody. Yeah. I love anybody that's blocking downfield like this. When I did my research, they said he had great knee bend and he heavy-handed offensive lineman. So anytime you got heavy hands and you can just body slam kids like that, I love it. And hopefully we can come here and add some depth and value to the Crimson Tide.
It's amazing. You go analyst and you like seeing the DBs get hit. You didn't care much about it during
well, when it's
play.
Not me, Chris.
As long as it ain't
As long
you.
as it's not me.
I understand. At least you're honest about it. Let's go to the next guy on the list, and it is another good one in Zay Hall from right here in Tuscaloosa, linebacker for the Tide.
Yeah, local product here that is going to be playing, I hope, in the Alabama-Mississippi All-Star Game, a game that I participated in myself. And so anytime you're able to keep the talent that is local, you don't want them going and making plays for another team. So ultimately, get him on the roster. Let's see where he fits. And then let's go out here and let him just be, seems like a really good athlete.
Hillcrest product, and again, a part of a program that won a lot of games. Didn't have a great senior year as a team, but he was a part of a very good program and a guy who had several offers, as usual, around the country. This next guy, everybody wanted. Thankfully, he's going to be playing for the Crimson Tide. It's E.J. Crowell from down in Jackson, Alabama, the top running back in the nation.
Look, there's not a lot that can be said about this kid that's not already understood. You look at him and what he was able to do just from year-to-year production as a high school student. You can't complain on it. Freshman year, as a freshman, ran for 1,700 yards and plus. Sophomore, over 1,900 yards. And then this past season, over 2,400 yards already in the season. And he up class so he could hurry up and get on out of here, out of high school, averaging over 14 yards a carry. What's not to like about any of those numbers? I don't care if you play in Madden or Tecmo Bowl. Call even Retro Bowl if I'm making plays like that. That's big time. So can't wait to see what this young man can do once he gets to the next level, and hopefully what he does with the ball in his hands.
The ability to cut, to run away from, or run over when the situation calls for it, all very important in this league.
You know, Chris, I think running over guys is kind of overrated. I'd much rather you make somebody miss and go house it. But hey, if you want to run them over, do what you got to do.
That sounds like a guy who tried to avoid getting run over a number of times. Let's go back to the big board. E.G., what have you got for us?
Absolutely, guys. Listen, social media is a big part of what we do here on National Signing Day, and no one really does it better than Bama. I might be a little biased, but let's take a look to see what is going on. Chris Howard, Roll Tide, having 2 national championship trophies, not 1, but 2, tagging Alabama and recruits at Bama to let everyone know that he is home. And it's just press play on this signing class. And I love the record deal that we have here. #Legends26. So make sure you guys are following along as we continue to keep you updated on all of the guys that are coming home to Alabama. Now, when I was able to chat with some of these guys, I've heard there's a group message of sorts, right? And they're very active in it. Zay Hall was actually telling me about this, saying that this is a brotherhood already. He said it already feels like family and that they're ready to go to war for each other. #The1 hometown glory. We've got one more here for you guys, and he is staying home. I love it, and I love keeping up with everything that we have for you guys on social media. So listen, make sure that you guys are following EJ Crowell, EG and EJ. You guys know we got along great with that one. And with that, we're going to send us to break. Make sure you're tuned in for what we have next on today's National Signing Day show.
He got some help. The ball may have come out late, but I think it's going to be South Carolina football. But third and a couple. Did Bama take it away? They're talking it over. They say it's Bama's football. There was a pile up at the end.
There's a fumble recovered by the defense. First down, Alabama.
While the scene here at Williams-Brice is wild because most of the students have packed in down low, hoping to celebrate a massive upset. And then the fumble happened. With a direct snap, they fake it to Simpson, and Bernard breaks free. Jeremy Bernard! How about it?
Sellers looking, pressure coming. He's going to go down. Set again by Alabama. And the clock's going to run out. And Bama's going to win it. 29-22. And for the love, let's get out of here.
Welcome back, everybody. Alabama Football Signing Day 2026, our show presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield. Along with Roman Harper and E.G. McWhorter, I'm Chris Stewart. So glad to have you with us as we're recapping and taking a look at information as it comes in, the latest on Alabama recruits, and also what all is involved with the process itself. Our next guest joining E.G. to discuss just that.
All right, guys, I'm hanging out here in the tunnel with Clinton Dix, and I'm excited to hang out. We're going to have a good time. Now, here's the thing. You went through this process yourself, 2011. It was a little bit ago. But what I love is that the standard here at Alabama did not start with class of 2011, but it's not ending with the class of 2026. It's a continuation, what we like to call the process, right? Where are you seeing that standard manifest itself in this class?
Well, I think this class alone has showed the resiliency and showed a lot of commitment to us. Early on in the season, of course, we lost a game down in Florida State, and these guys stayed committed. They were telling other teams that they're not coming to visit their place, and that just shows a lot of commitment to who they are as individuals and exactly what we're looking for in this building.
What do you remember most about your own signing day?
Not much, man. I was down in my high school and signing in front of my class, my class, and that was about it. But it wasn't exciting as it is now.
One thing that's changed in college football is, signing day. It has, and this is the thing, though. It is still so significant. And I was able to ask a few of the players what that moment was like for them, and they all had the same reaction. Yeah. For you to get to have these relationships with these players when they're so young, they're coming in to the University of Alabama, what is that like for you?
For me, man, I tell people all the time, it's a blessing to be one of the best players in the world, right? To experience this moment with these guys and watch them grow and mature and become the young man that they want to become. And chase the dreams and aspirations that they want to accomplish in life. And that's one, graduating from school, and two, going to the NFL.
Is there anyone in this class that you particularly just bonded with, that you've had a good moment with?
I would say Jaira. He's always been around the building, always coming out to the facility, hanging out. Wanted to work out with us so bad, we couldn't allow him to do it. But I know he's excited to get here, and I'm excited to have him here as well.
When you look at this group of guys, what is an indicator to you that they're going to fit well here? And why is it so important that you have a roster that's being built by Bob and Courtney that eventually ends up and it all gels together?
Just watching them doing the week, them coming down on official visits, watching those guys hang out together, spending time together, and just keeping that bond together is what it's all about, is creating relationships with each other, because that's going to be the strongest bond we have on this team.
Well, and it's one of those things where you have seen those relationships manifest itself in your own signing class. Who do you keep up with the most from 2011?
Vinny Sinceri. He's one of my best friends, man. I got to play on the back end with him. A lot of the times when we were playing safety together, man, I always messed up, and he always got chewed out for it. So I love him for that.
So listen, you know the importance of that brotherhood, and what I've heard from these players is that it's already started. Yeah. They have a group message. Yeah. They just want to be around each other. How important is that to build that brotherhood before they ultimately get here on campus?
I mean, because they're going to be on the field playing with each other. They have to create that bond. They have to know exactly what each other's thinking. And like I tell them all the time, it's all about character. And it's about what you think, what you do, and what's important to you. And I think those guys do a great job of showing high character.
With your role here at Alabama, why are you so passionate about player development, and how have you honestly been rewarded yourself throughout this process?
Just really being patient. We speak about the process all the time. I was a five-star safety coming out of high school, and I had to come here and sit on the bench and wait my turn. And the biggest thing I can tell these guys is be willing to unlearn and relearn. Because when you come in and you think you know it all, that's when you get left behind. But a lot of these guys are humble, they're willing to learn, and they're willing to get better, and that's really what it's all about.
All right, HaHa, thank you for your time, and guys, back to you.
EG, thank you so much. The same to HaHa. And Roman, when you hear a guy like that, who has worn the uniform as you have, loves the program, but now has an opportunity to represent and talk about the program to recruits and current players, tell me how that resonates with the guys wearing the uni now.
It's so good, because when I listen to HaHa, and he knows so vehemently how important it is with these young guys as they come on. He has built so many relationships. The thing that I love about it is that HaHa loves this school, first and foremost. He's played at Green Bay. He's been a professional. He knows what it takes to get to the highest level, and sometimes that's what you want to hear when you're a recruit coming onto these campuses. Not always from the coaches. We're going to hear a lot of the same thing. But when you have a guy that's been in these walls, that's done it, been at the highest level, been to Pro Bowls, been the most successful at his position, and all of a sudden is back pouring into you when he doesn't have to, I think that really shows how much he cares for this program and how much how much you can add value to a program. And you're not even on the field coaching all the time, but you add so much value, because those are the things that the young players need in their lives, and it actually helps inspire them to be a better player.
A guy who aspires to do that, and Alabama aspires to be one of those NFL guys one day, as you and HaHa certainly were. Jared Doty, offensive lineman. He's out of Georgia, 6'5½", 287 pounds.
I got to be honest, man. Shout out DJ Dre Day. I mean, having the
exactly.
records on here, shout out, man. This is awesome. This is not the big dog.
Thank you.
That's it. That is awesome to kind of doing it a little bit differently with this class. And the thing that I loved about him, but Jared Doty, they said he's a late riser in the recruiting process. Maybe it's because he played at a small school. The school was only 2-8 this past year, so maybe he's a really good player on a bad team. And when you see offensive linemen, he's got the size, the ability to move, and all these other things. That's what I really liked about him. I was also a late riser, or considered a late riser in my recruiting process. So how you get there is not as important as what you do when you are in the building. So hopefully he comes in and balls out and does his thing.
Speaking of guys that you're talking about, maybe a late riser. I don't know about Jordan Evans, but he played your position, in the secondary. He's actually a corner, Sprayberry, Georgia, 6'2", and almost 6'3", 180 pounds already.
You know, that's exactly what my guy Craig Harbert told me. He said that he actually could possibly end up at being a safety because of his size and the way he moves. But he's a top 3 corner, according to ESPN as well. He has good ball skills. And the thing that I heard about him from all the camps that he had participated in was that he is excellent at taking really good, hard, tough coaching. And so I like guys with thick skin that can be willing to learn and adjust and understand that they don't have it all. Very similar to what Clinton Dix just said, speaking about what all of these players need to do. So I like that about him, and he was considered an alpha dog at the Under Armour camp in Atlanta. So I like all these things that I'm hearing about this kid, and ultimately going to show you these ball skills just like that.
Another Under Armour All-American, Jaira Edwards, out of St. Francis, Maryland, 6'2", 211 pounds. 211 pounds. He's playing in the overtime national championship game coming up in about a week.
Man, that looked like a real record right there.
It did.
You know me, I'm paying attention to everything, Chris.
Always.
So, look, I heard this guy is a Swiss Army knife type of player. He can play nickel. He can play close to the ball. He can play in the secondary. He can go back in the deep zones. He can play man-to-man coverage. The guy's just a football player and a great one at that. Everybody's super excited about adding this kid to this program because he has the size and ability to play right now and impact your defense right now. And you can always have more depth in the secondary because somebody's going to get hurt. And then it also allows you to be more multiple defensively. If I can get a lot of big guys with enough size to be effective in the run game and play pass, I'm going to be a better defense.
No better guy to be at Alabama than a kid named Bear. Bear Fretwell out of Southeast Bullock, Georgia, over 6'6", almost 300 pounds, another big-time player and a big-sized one as well.
He is a big size. And you know what's crazy to me, Chris? When I read his bio, the kid was homeschooled, but he clearly ain't missing no meals.
That's right.
Yeah, he's 296, 300 pounds, homeschooled. They feeding him good whenever he's having a break. I do know that. But I'm glad he's got to participate in football. Just big size. Oh, I love that. You see that right there? Don't let him go. Like my man Cole Kubick likes to say on our Block Party show, put the belly on him right there after you finish these guys off.
Cole
He may have
would
jumped
know.
off sides right there. It don't matter. Don't matter.
Did the flag come out? No.
We're not penalty vultures on this show either.
Exactly
We're
right.
not penalty vultures.
We're not at all, that's for sure. Who we got next here? Zion Gibson coming up for us next. Again, those guys already looking good in the uniform.
You know, the biggest thing with this kid that when I read and did my research was that this kid can roll. He is really fast. Timed at 4.4 consistently in the 4.4s electronically coming out of high school. That is flying. And he's also playing the Alabama-Mississippi All-Star game. I love that because I did it as well. So representing the state of Alabama matters. I love that part about it. Also, other stat that I learned, he returned 3 kicks for touchdowns. Anytime I got a defensive guy that's willing to crib the ball when he gets it, I love those type of players because that is a great athlete that just knows what to do with it. And when you get the ball in your hands, you're supposed to strike up the band. I like electrifying players, even the ones that play corner or defense. But when you go out there and you get the ball in your hands, you turn it into points, just like Zabian Brown did in the Tennessee game this year.
In really good hands. They're not putting him on return if he can't handle it.
That is true.
Because you guys have the reputation of not having best hands.
I might have been one of those guys. It's okay. It's all right.
But you could hit. You could hit.
I preferred to do that.
I understand. It was very effective for you. When we come back, we've got a lot more coming your way still to come. The head coach of the Crimson Tide, Kalen DeBoer, among other special guests. Stay with us for National Alabama Football Signing Day 2026.
It's interesting. No, it's two. No chip shot to go for the lead right here.
Shocked unless they're trying to draw them off.
I can't believe they're going to run an offensive play.
They're down to 5 seconds.
Simpson, end zone, touchdown! Isaiah Horton with the hat-trick. A stunning decision, frankly, to pass up the chip shot and roll the dice, and it worked.
With everything that's at stake for Alabama, think about this drive. Couple of third downs that were kept alive. They rushed the passer. There was a pass interference, and on 4th down, Kalen DeBoer decides to go for it.
We gotta go finish. Hey, we gotta go.
Daniels, quick out left side, trying to make a man miss. They do. But ball, down, and it's a tackle. It's a fumble, and Alabama's got it. Alabama forces the fumble, takes it away. Deontay Watson in the time turns away the Tigers. Oh, mercy. 33 seconds remain.
Daniels caught, but brought down is Kane, and Alabama survives and advances to Atlanta to play for the SEC championship and on to the bracket of 12 in all likelihood. It was wild and compelling right to the final seconds.
About doing. You guys grind every single day. Okay, you guys deserve this. I couldn't be more proud. You've had your backs to the wall. Now you know what we do? We go cut it loose out in Atlanta. Peace out, 1, 2, 3, peace out.
Welcome back, everybody. Glad to have you with us here on Alabama Football Signing Day 2026. Roman Harper and myself, Chris Stewart, the bookends right now as we welcome in the general manager for Alabama football, Courtney Morgan, and Director of Player Personnel, Bob Welton. Gentlemen, good to see you. And I know that this is an incredibly crazy time because you have to take about, 6 hours in the middle of the day, in the middle of the week, getting ready for an SEC championship game to look to a year from now, in essence.
Yeah, luckily we don't have to coach.
That's that part. There is that part.
Yeah.
It's a lot, and Roman, as we talked about, things have changed so much in the recruiting cycle and the recruiting setup, but this is 365, 24/7.
Yeah, it is. And first and foremost, we didn't wear the correct colors. We didn't know black was going to be the color today. We'll know next time. But I want to know this about this whole process that is the recruiting nowadays. What do you deem as a full class? I know today they're trying to sign 18, 19. So are you holding back? Like, what is a full class? When I was coming through it was 25. Everybody knew exactly what the number was, where we were trying to get to. Nowadays, it has shaped, it has moved. Kind of point me in the direction of what I should be looking for, or what is a full class anymore?
Yeah, I think you used to base it off of the natural attrition on your roster. Your place was leaving.
Yep.
Now, you don't really know with the portal.
Yeah.
Honestly, Bob, we just recruit.
We try to keep it simple. In a world of chaos, we try to keep it simple.
We find the best players.
Yeah, we're just trying to find good football players. Now, unfortunately, now it's got to worry about the cost.
Right.
Yeah.
Are they cost efficient
Okay.
for what their level of skill is? That's the other part that you got to take into consideration now. And I don't know, Courtney, but you think I think the signing class days of top 5 ranking class, I think that's out the window.
Oh, wow.
Because, like you said, the numbers are going to be lower.
Right, yes.
And, how many, we took kids that are, you're going to take kids that are maybe lesser ranked because of the money situation. But they're good players.
Right.
But you just can't, it's just how it was.
I want to follow that up. Go ahead, Courtney.
So if you look at the number 1 classes this year, they have 36 commits. Well, the only way you take 36 commits is if you have a lot of people leaving your roster. We don't want our players to leave our roster. We feel like we have a really good roster. That's why we're in the position that we're in right now. So to take 36 players, it means you have a plan to remove a lot of people from your roster. So for us, it's identify the best players that equal the value of money that we're willing to spend. So we'll get the best players. We'll figure out, we'll allocate our money properly. But even doing that, we'll also keep in mind we want to keep our players.
Yes.
So you don't want to overspend your high school class because retention costs too.
Okay.
So it's,
You bring up the money as about in retention and all these other things. For the average fan like myself, which one costs more? Is it out of the portal, or is it out of high school? Or is it the position? Or is it just kind of a bundle pack? I have no idea.
I would say it's a mixture of all of them.
Okay.
You definitely don't want to overspend your high school players. If you are in the running to get an elite player, you go get them. But the offset is that you might have to sign a smaller class because we're always being mindful of retention, right? The better you are in retention, the better you are at getting elite high school players, paying the right people, the less you have to spend in the portal. So if you focus on retention and really good high school recruiting and not the rankings, guys that you've identified that can really play. Look at our freshman class now. I think we have 8 freshmen playing right now. So I think we did a good job. So if you focus on that, you focus on retention, then you'll have less needs in the portal.
Okay.
In each one of those buckets, like he just mentioned, I think we do a pretty good job of, we have a budget for each of those buckets.
Right.
Ah, nice. Okay.
So we don't want to spend it all on high school kids, like,
Right.
and not have enough for our, for our own team. So you got to really be disciplined, especially today,
Right.
because we're both used to just signing 25
Right,
and
right.
signing all the good players we can, because
Yes.
there's no cost to it. In Dave's world, you got to be like, ooh, man, no, can't do it.
And another thing now that it's funny, we talked about the changing of signing day. Losing a player on signing day doesn't kill you because, like, oh, that's cool. That's $400,000 more.
Go find a portal guy.
Or give it to someone who's been playing their butt off in the fall.
Yeah.
And it's a win-win. Like, you don't
Because
cry.
that helps with the retention
helps with
factor,
the
which is
retention.
number one on your big thing is that retention.
Retention. So
Yes.
you-
Those things, those used to ruin your day.
Oh, yeah.
Now we've had a couple. We're like, nah, we're good.
if he comes, he comes, you know?
Yeah.
'Cause, you know, we can pay this player, that player, and we go to the portal. So, yeah, it actually makes Saturday a little easier.
I actually like this. You guys are putting a lot of the fans and viewers at ease. Like, hey, if the guy you've been starring the whole time for 3 or 4 months leaves, hey, it's okay.
Yeah.
You guys are letting us know right now. So I really do appreciate it.
Even when we're on the sideline in our game and one of our players makes a hell of a play, we're like, hey,
ROI, baby, ROI.
we have to pay that man, right?
Yeah.
So the money has to come from somewhere.
I like
so if
this.
that kid leaves, hey, that's more money to X, Y, and Z.
How much of recruiting now is about right now? It's not about the future. It used to be you sign a kid and you go, man, in 2-3 years, we're going to redshirt him. He's going to have a couple of years to develop. He's going to play behind this guy. And, man, he's going to be ready to go in 3 years. I know there's some of that, but it's a different look, isn't it, across the board recruiting-wise?
I mean, I would say yes, because what you want to try to stay away from if you can is the dead money.
Right.
So I think that's what you're kind of talking about is you get this kid that's going to take 3 years to play and you're paying him a lot of money. That's where you got to be smart with how you, and disciplined with saying, all right, we can't take that kid.
Right.
Maybe we have to take somebody else, but you want, correct.
The future's now.
You want your starters to be paid well.
And
Right.
it's position specific.
Right.
You have to understand, you bring in a defensive offensive lineman, 80% chance he's not going to really be a factor. Like then you have London Simmons, but that's rare.
It is, yeah.
Right, it's rare. So, O-line, D-line, a core player might take a little longer. But you want to make sure you hit on, your skill players. So your Lockseer Brooks, your guys, your Dijon Lees, guys that can make an easier transition. But you have to be reasonable with your bigs and knowing that transition from high school to college is going to take a little time.
But yeah, at the same time, we're big proponents of developing high school players too.
Right,
we still want, because you look at our defense, which is a really good defense this year. Most of those kids are developmental players that have played along, especially on the D line and the linebackers. Those are experienced guys that have been in the program for a long, long time, and I think it's paying off. So you also don't want to lose that aspect either.
And it also helps you build stability and continuity still within a program instead of trying to rebuild that roster completely every single year.
Yeah, I definitely never want to be a part of a program that has to bring in 40 new kids every year. I mean, to me, it's funny. You stay in the footprint as much as you can. This year, I think we signed a lot of kids from the region.
Yeah, you did.
And there's a lot of reasons why you want to do that. I was laughing with a friend of mine out in California, at one of the California schools, and they're talking about the Battle of LA. He was like, well, with the portal, these kids don't care. None of them from it. Even like the Iron Bowl. You want to keep a nucleus of kids who are from the region, particularly Alabama, because when you get in that game, it matters to them.
Yeah.
When you see Tim Keenan, you see Quay Rousseau and James Smith, they got a little more fire in their eye on Saturday for that game because it means something to them.
Because they mom and daddy and everybody else, they
got
something about that.
They got to go to work. They got to go to church Sunday. That's
what it is.
Right. Let's go to look at the guys of the future in signing day 2026. We start off here with Jamarian Matthews, not too far away out of a great program in Gainesville, Georgia.
And he started out in Sparkman.
Yeah.
So he's really an Alabama kid. We kind of look at him as an in-state kid.
Right. This highlight package Roman, a guy again who's.
I was told about this kid. He is just a really good football player. He might not always wow you with the eyes. The first eye test might not wow you, but when you cut on the tape, he stands out. And he's also great leadership skills as well. So he's also has an alpha dog mentality on the field. And so you love all these qualities that you hear about this young player. And of course, he's from Gainesville, and Josh Niblett, the coach, has brought more and more good football players. So you trust the program as well.
Former coach at Hoover that you're referencing there.
You know, I'm from Prattville. I'll try not to talk about Hoover.
Well, I understand. I get it. You started twitching when we mentioned the Bucks. The Cedarian Morgan from Benjamin Russell High School, Alex City, Alabama. 12-2 record for him, made the semifinals this year. So a winner in addition to being a great talent.
They said this kid can sky. He can jump 6'8" in the high jump. He also is a really good player that has strong at the point of attack from all of his Under Armour camps. So going up and high pointing the ball should not be an easy thing. The only thing I want to talk about these recruiting guys is, hey, why in the world on his stats? We give his numbers, yards per catch, all this other thing. He has one pancake block. Talking about information that I don't care anything about. Pancake block for wide receivers.
Who gave you that information?
It was on the bio. Not only that, but if you're tracking that and he only got one, I'm like, dude, we need to pick it up. We need more pancake blocks.
They're probably not running the ball.
Maybe that part too. Or just leave it off.
He's always got the ball.
Yeah, use the white out for that. Just white out that.
Did I hear you go old school? Mom, pancakes! That wasn't old school. That was another Will Ferrell movie. My bad. Max Sutter, Dunlap, Illinois, 6'5 plus, 230 pounds. He is another big tight end, a position that is very much utilized in Coach Kalen DeBoer's offense.
Do you guys really look at that as how much the tight end is used, multiple tight ends in this offense, and say, we got to go get another really good athlete, former quarterback that is now lining up at tight end, but has all the ability that you want to do multiple things?
Yeah, I think what we try to do with tight end is have a variety of different body types and different skill sets in the room. Definitely want to have the wide body type, your inline, hand in the dirt guys, and then you also want to have guys that are hybrid that can do both. And then if you can find a true H, then that's a luxury. But our biggest thing is just having people that have different skill sets and roles, so we're never caught without. If you get too caught up in the recruiting, watching guys catch passes and run touchdowns, then you look up, you don't have anybody to block the point of attack.
Yeah, you miss out on the Robbie Oots.
Right. And those guys are valuable.
Those ultra valuable.
Those are valuable.
Yeah, those are the guys. Yes. Okay.
Gentlemen, thanks so much for the time. Congratulations on the great success today, and hopefully you are equally successful on Saturday over in Atlanta as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, man. Hey, Bob, leave that hoodie. Leave that hoodie.
Let's go get them Saturday.
Let's do it, baby.
Courtney Morgan and Bob Welton with us here as we continue. Alabama football signing day 2026. The boss, the head coach, Kalen DeBoer, joining us shortly.
Thanks, guys.
I want you to think about how hard it was for 30 minutes, how prepared you were when you walked out of this locker room at the beginning of the game. Emotionally, physically, and mentally, okay, how you fought for 30 minutes. But we didn't come here to play a good 30 minutes of football. We came here to play 60, okay? We came here to play 60.
Bernard in the backfield, they hand it to the receiver. If you can even call him that, he's just Mr. Everything. And he scoots around the edge for a first down. Complete across the middle. Caleb Edwards is a true freshman tight end. And if it has a bit of future, picks up 17. Toss sweep, tackled around the ankles after a 2-yard gain by Hubbard. Dogs in the Tide, as they always do, battling back and forth. Huge hit delivered in the hole there. That time the Tide stopped it for absolutely nothing. Where they're spotting it, looks like 4th down, Kirk.
And they're going to go fast here. Here they go. Ball's already ready to be snapped.
It's happening quickly. It's an enormous play. Cash Jones is going to be hit behind the line. L.T. Overton makes a huge play for this Tide defense, and they preserve the lead in the red zone. They're going to seek it, and he gets shoved from behind, and where they're spotting it, it's going to be an Alabama first down, and now a flag comes in at the end of the play.
I think that guy coming in late, diving on top of the pilot for just no reason at all. It was Ellis Robinson, the corner. boy, Kirby, that's a 15-yard dead ball penalty.
In 5, Simpson from the pistol. He'll bring Bernard to the left side as well, putting 3 men there. Rolls left, looks back right. He's got a man, catch made. Sliding down after making the first down grab is Jam Miller. Move the sticks. A big first down and ball game Bama in all likelihood.
I'm turning this one straight over to your QB right
now. First off, how about that Crimson Tide?
Welcome back to today's show presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield. Healthier people are happier people. We cover what matters. It's Alabama football signing day 2026. Again, I'm Chris Stewart along with Roman Harper, and enjoyed so much talking to Courtney Morgan and Bob Welton, the GM and Director of Player Personnel, respectively, for head coach Kalen DeBoer. Obviously, it is so massive what's done in recruiting and how the organization of everything is done these days. It still comes down to getting players that can help you win ball games. And this year, Alabama's won some big ones, and that's why they're in the biggest within the league itself, the SEC Championship.
Well, it's ultimately about getting really good players on your campus, and then after that, developing that talent and getting them to come out or be the player that we expected them to be when we first recruited them. You know, I want to go back to what Courtney and Bob were talking about. I think it's excellent, especially somebody like me that can actually understand when they talk about buckets. It's the same way you look at when you're talking to a financial planner or advisor. It's like, okay, once you start to get older, you have to put money in certain buckets. And like, I only have so much water to put in each bucket. Right. But how I divvy up that bucket and what I want to care about the most, okay, if it's high school versus transfer portal, no, they say retention is where they put most of their water at. And I understand that. It makes it better going forward that I'm not paying high school guys more than I'm paying the guys that are performing on Saturday. Love that aspect of it, and that is the main focus in going forward. And that allows Kalen DeBoer to get to understand his players. They didn't lose a lot of guys last year in the transfer portal because of the retention that they're focused on. And then after that, now we're able to bring on other players, young players that see it done the right way by older guys on the roster. And that is how you get real fireworks in a great team.
All right, this team, so great on several occasions this year. And let's get into some of the highlights that allowed them to be great and get some key victories. Certainly, the team they're going to play on Saturday is one that kind of jump-started this squad. When they win between the hedges, it got everybody's attention.
Yeah, it didn't shock me at all because Alabama, what they do is beat Georgia. Georgia has an Alabama problem. Same way people could say Texas has a Georgia problem. And guess what? Alabama, we kind of got an Oklahoma problem until we solve that. We'll talk about it in the future, but it's just what it is. That was my favorite play of the day. Kane Proctor getting the rock. You got to stretch out. Need to dive right there. Get into the end zone. But great win for this program. And for Kalen DeBoer, that shut everybody up. And we all started wearing black hoodies again, too.
We did indeed.
Yeah,
even when we're playing the team in black and gold, don't just turn your nose up at a win over Vanderbilt anymore. You beat the doors, you beat somebody.
Vanderbilt is an excellent football team this year, and I got to be honest with you, that was a tougher matchup that had me more nervous than even Georgia because the way Vanderbilt plays football. And it was great that they caused a couple turnovers, got the ball back, and all of a sudden took advantage of the turnovers in that game to beat Vanderbilt right here versus Tennessee. We all know it was a good, hard-fought game. A lot of mistakes by Tennessee, none bigger than this play right here. I love slow motion. And all of a sudden having Xavier Brown being able to take it 100 yards back. I don't think the crowd's ever been that loud before. I was there with my wife, my kids, and my family. It was excellent to be in that stadium at that moment, at that time. I don't think we've had that big of a yell in a Tennessee game since probably my play in 2001.
I was going to say, since you knocked one loose, shout out to Roman Harper. And then the Iron Bowl, enough said. But, man, Bama got off to the quick lead. the 17-0 lead, and then not just held on for dear life, but got it done down the stretch.
Look, man, anytime you go into Jordan-Hare and get a win, you take it. It doesn't matter how ugly or how pretty it is. But this team did get out to a fast start. Auburn started getting some success, and Alabama did not handle the moments well on defense at all. But ultimately, they made the plays at the end of the game to help secure this game, to secure the victory, which that's what I like about this Alabama team. You look at how they've won all year long. It's been offense, it's been defense, it's been special teams showing up, getting stops versus Missouri on a fake punt. That was huge for that team. And all of a sudden, Latsier Brooks from Ty Simpson late on a 4th down push to get that 1st down versus Missouri. These are wins that throughout the season gives your team confidence, because when you win games early that maybe you're not supposed to lose, Chris, it really gives you the confidence to win a game late, like you do versus Auburn, where Auburn may be driving. Doesn't matter. We're still staying to it. And all of a sudden, we make the play that sets us up for a win.
We had a lot of recruiting wins early, and that's why we were able to tell you about some of these young men in the beginning of the program. Had to wait to get a late win or two here on signing day.
That's what we signed up for. Courtney just told us that.
That's
we signed
exactly
up for this.
right.
We can't wait.
Let's go to Gainesville, Georgia, and get another dub for the Crimson Tide. Xavier Griffin, 6'3.5", 205. He has signed since we went on air, and that's another great pickup for Alabama.
Yeah, the top edge guy in this class for Alabama. He has room to grow inside of his frame because he is 6'3". He played a little bit more off the ball this year than what he did, but he is possibly an edge defender and one of the top-rated players in the state of Georgia. So you always love when you can go in the state of Georgia and get a player that's not signing with Athens and now is in Tuscaloosa. Doesn't make them mad. Another win for the good guys is what I would say.
It is a very good one for the Crimson Tide as well. Let's go from Georgia to Muscle Shoals. Jamarian Mari Johnson, a big defensive lineman, 6'3.25", 270 pounds, went 12-1 in his senior year, and his squad reached the 6A semifinals.
Yeah, a really good player. Possibly could be a wolf, or I guess whatever they call it at this position here. But yes, really good player, great size. I mean, anytime you got a kid that's 270 pounds in high school, you love that because he has the ability to be able to come in and play for you early and at least give you some depth. And so it'll be interesting to see. And Muscle Shoals, a place that I like good football players out of Muscle Shoals. North Alabama, they put out some decent products. I can't be mad.
They do. Indeed.
I mean, not as good as Prattville, but they do decent.
I mean, some things are understood, right? From there, from Muscle Shoals to Orem, Utah, we go. A quarterback.
What a journey.
How about that stretch? Better fill up. Taden Kawa, 6'4.5", 235 pounds. Why would a quarterback not want to play in Kalen DeVore's system?
I agree with you. That's why they bring him in year after year. And to be honest with you, they say he's a big kid and the arm matches the frame. So I can't wait to see what he's like. And you add multiple quarterbacks in this class to try and add depth and also competition. You know, it's so easy to get caught up on like, okay, I got this quarterback. He's just the next one. Let's just plug him in. That's not how it works. Learning how to read defenses, playing the quarterback position from not only from the high school to college level, but then going on further past that. It is not easy. That's why they get paid the most, and that's why they say it's the hardest job outside of hitting a baseball in sports.
And that's also why this is different from a lot of the other positions where you're trying to find a guy who is willing to build a year or two until he gets his opportunity. Rael Kelly is out of Winton Woods, Ohio. He's a safety, 6'3", 190. We're waiting on to talk about this guy.
The fact of the matter is they said he's a phenomenal athlete. He tested extremely well at Under Armour camps. 4.4 speed is what I'm hearing. Very straight line guy. So I'm never mad at that. He also jumped to 6'2" in high school. So I like high jumpers. I like athletic guys that are springy and have the ability to do multiple things in high school. Those are the players that I like because once you put them on the field, you got to be a football player. You're not going to be asked just to be a robot. I don't like coaching robots. I like coaching football players. And right now, it seems like he is one of those guys with good size as well.
I started to go from coaching robots to doing the robot, but that's too far back to go your route.
I know what that is, though. I've seen my older brother do it. I'm not saying I was a robot guy, but, you know, maybe we got another guy who can maybe help us out with that.
The whole purpose on the setup, the robot or whatever you're going with, the big dog, Dre Day.
That's him.
Is getting us to break the DJ who's always got it going for the players. He's got it going for you right now as we are going to a break here on Alabama Football Signing Day 2026.
Feels like 106.
He'll go on the toss to Jam. He cuts it back. He's got a first down. He's got a touchdown. Kate Proctor with a block that sprung him. 30-14 your final.
3rd down and 10. Oh, it is intercepted. Intercepted by Alabama, Dijon Lee. And that will do it.
Snap, goes to Simpson, fade route, right side, back shoulder, caught by Williams, makes a man miss, zigs, zags, scores, touchdown Alabama, 40 yards. Perfect throw from Simpson, and then Ryan Williams doing Ryan Williams things.
To the left. They got Caden Proctor, the big tackle on the left side. They're going to throw it to him. Big fella, barreling downhill. Proctor pressuring down near the pylon. Are you kidding me?
Oh, I feel so bad for Kyron Jones, the poor safety, 31, that tried to come up and make a tackle.
Flea flicker to open up the second half as Simpson then goes underneath the Williams with blockers in front. So a flea flicker screen, and here goes Hollywood. How about that to start the second half? Razzle, dazzle, roll, tie. With a direct snap. They fake it to Simpson, and Bernard breaks free. Jeremy Bernard, how about it?
Two wideouts each side, quarterback draw. Sellers stacked up. Tim Keenan grabbed him, and he got some help. The ball may have come out late. Bama's take it away. They're talking it over. They say it's Bama's football. There was a pile
The ruling on the
at
field
the end.
is a fumble recovered by the defense. 1st down, Alabama.
It's happening quickly. It's an enormous play. Cash Jones is going to be hit behind the line. L.T. Overton makes a huge play for this Tide defense, and they preserve the lead in the red zone.
Counting down. 4th down and 8. Can Bama convert? Simpson going deep. Lottie Brooks against Toriano Pride.
What a throw by Ty
Lottie
Simpson.
Brooks, the true freshman.
And one of them in motion left. Play action, they want to throw, they do. It's intercepted, picked up.
And it's a play action pass, and it's intercepted.
Across the 20, Sabian Brown, across midfield, one man to beat, hesitates, stays on his feet, scores, scores, scores. Ain't a flag to be found. Sabian Brown took it to the house, 100 yards, and the Tide adds to its lead. Oh, mercy.
Welcome back to Alabama Football Signing Day 26. Chris Stewart, former Bama great Roman Harper. Appreciate Disney loaning you to us for the day. We're all family here on this thing.
Shout out to the mouse, bro.
Exactly. Shout out to the mouse. It's one we hadn't used. Let's take a look again at some of the signees for today, and we're going to start with, let's see, Malik Franklin, an Alabama kid out of Daphne, the southern part of the state, an edge rusher for the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, this was a player that came on late on the board that said that, hey, we're going to get him today. I like that he played basketball, also track and field. So anytime you are a multiple sport athlete, I like these type of players. You know, and we'll see. Anytime you go from playing basketball full time or being a really good basketball player to also going and playing football, it reminds me of a player like a Mark Anderson, defensive end under my years when I was here. Came in a little bit thin, but put on weight very fast, and because of his athleticism and being used to being on the hard court, you let those pass rush moves really come to fruition because you know how to play fluidly in space like a basketball player. So I like that anytime I see these guys with that type of size and weight and ability.
Pretty good size for the D lineman out of Picayune, Mississippi. And you got to say it that way if you're going Picayune. You got to say Mississippi.
You do have to say it.
No, 6'4", 253.
I love all these guys from Picayune, Mississippi. The versatility in the defensive line. They also said he was a heavy-handed player. I love, when I read up on this guy, that he played basketball, soccer. You hear me? Soccer. That means
good
the man's
footwork.
Good footwork. I love it. I don't know if he was playing goalie or not, but he played soccer, so sign him up. I love it. He got a jersey. And also, he was a shot put. He was also a discus thrower, which I expected. But what I did not expect, and I can only love out of Mississippi, is that he was a triple jumper as well. So the fact that the man is athletic enough to do the triple jump, not just long jump. We're not just jumping one time, but I got to put it together for 3 straight jumps. Love that. I can't even do that. So I love this guy from Picayune, Mississippi.
I love that. I can't even do that. Even the most elite athletes can't always do that.
It's just the timing of it. It's just off. It's not my thing.
It's just the way it works. Let's head to Jet Tamala, the quarterback.
Is this
another good one. Excuse me, Tyrell Miller. My bad. San Mateo, California, JUCO transfer, 6'4.5", 296.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing this kid. Anytime you get a JUCO guy coming in for you, that means he's experienced, a little bit older. We're expecting this guy to kind of jump right into the rotation. It'd be interesting to see how much weight he puts on once he gets here under the program. I love that right there. Put the belly on him right there. Just a highlight film, and he's playing left tackle. So the ability to be able to maybe give us some serviceable time at the left tackle or a tackle position, but then also a guard as well. You should really be able to play well as a guard because it's less space. So if you're a good tackle, you're always able to transition in and help you out with the inside of your offensive line at guard.
I was so excited to tell you about Jet Tamala.
You just love the name.
I got a false start. It is a great name. He's out of Millard South, Nebraska. Small school program, but the guy's a winner. Back-to-back state championships in the Class A division for the 6'4", 220-pounder.
I love anybody that wins championships at high school, at quarterback. It doesn't matter. Winning transcends on all levels. So if you're a winner, you're just going to be a winner all the time. The one question I had with this player, outside of being from Nebraska, I'm glad that it looks like 11-man football, not 8-man football. That's a positive. And then the other thing, this past season, they won a championship, state championship. They went 12-1, but they really won all 13 games. So I would love to know why the one game got forfeited, looking back on it. Probably some weird thing in Nebraska. Somebody hunted somebody's land or something. Can't wait to find that out. That's got to be in the tea leaves. Let me get that, Chris, please.
Good night, man. No love for the Huskers there from the man himself, Roman Harper. We're going to hear from the man himself, the head coach of the Crimson Tide. Kalen DeBoer with us when we come back right after this on Alabama Football Signing Day 26.
Chip shot to go for the lead right here.
Shocked unless you're trying to draw them off.
I can't believe they're going to run an offensive play.
They're down to 5 seconds.
Simpson, end zone, touchdown! Isaiah Horton with the hat trick. A stunning decision, frankly, to pass up the chip shot and roll the dice, and it won with everything that's at stake for Alabama.
Think about this drive. Couple of third downs were kept alive. They rushed the passer. There was a pass interference, and on 4th down, Kalen DeBoer decides to go for it.
We gotta go finish. And we gotta go.
Daniels, quick out left side, trying to make a man miss. They do. But ball, down, and it's a tackle. It's a fumble, and Alabama's got it. Alabama forces the fumble, takes it away. Deontay Watson in the time. Turn away the Tigers. Oh, mercy. 33 seconds remain.
Daniels caught, but brought down is Kane, and Alabama survives and advances to Atlanta to play for the SEC championship and on to the bracket of 12 in all likelihood. It was wild and compelling right to the final seconds.
About doing. You guys grind every single day. Okay, you guys deserve this. I couldn't be more proud. You've had your backs to the wall. Now you know what we do? We go cut it loose out in Atlanta. Yes, 1, 2, 3, peace out.
Alabama Football Signing Day 26, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield. Healthier people are happier people. We cover what matters. I'm Chris Stewart, along with Roman Harper. You know, the man in the middle, the head coach of the Crimson Tide, Kalen DeBoer. It's not as if you ain't got anything going on this week. Championship game this weekend, practice to prepare for that signing day, and appreciate you taking a few minutes to join us to talk about this signing class that I know you're extremely excited about.
Yeah, no, it's good to be here. Yeah, there's a few things going on, but that's all good. It's good to be busy. So I'm just really excited about this group. And first of all, I mean, I just got to acknowledge our staff, and it's our coaching staff, it's our recruiting staff. But then there are so many other people that, you know, when you think about official visits and unofficial visits, even just like, you know, academics meeting with these guys, and Coach Ballou and his strength staff. Over and over, you know, them not even maybe knowing in depth who these guys are until they meet with them, and just talking through our strength program and our training room staff. They're all involved, helping to show our program to these guys and their families that are coming in. And, you know, it takes all of that, because we talk about developing. Yes, we talk about championships and the goals of our program, but there's a development that guys come here to get to the goals that they have also beyond here, and that's to go to the NFL.
Coach, I got to know, is there enough hours in the day? Like, how do you do this? Like, you're coaching right now, you're trying to prepare for an SEC championship game, yet in the middle of the week, it's the National Signing Day. Where do the hours come from for you on a personal level on how you handle all these things and keep it all separate? I don't even know if you prepared for a conference championship and had to do signing day in the same week.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just hats off to our staff. You know, last night, just you know, dedicating some time, but being efficient with that time. And every single week there are hours blocked off, and the recruiting piece for me personally, and our staff does that within their blocks, and I just can't thank our staff enough. Yeah. They sit me down, and we get the guys on the phone. It's just constant, you know, and we're very detailed, or very, you know, good foresight on what we want to accomplish each and every week. And sometimes it changes from players to parents to, you know, those that are their support system, maybe coaches. And so it's just incrementally just trying to, you know, kind of chip away. And, you know, yeah, it is busy right now, but again, I got a great staff that I trust, and they're working on conference championship as we speak.
Okay. Now, Coach, I want to ask you something just a little bit more personal. Like, I don't always get to have you like this. So from a husband and a married guy and a father, right? From this perspective, when the daughter calls and you have a missed call from the daughter, yet you know you got to get on the recruiting trail too. Like, who are you texting back first?
Wow. Oh, man. This is a no-win situation, bro.
I just know it's tough. Like, how do you, it's so much going on. I just know, I'm like, man, what is, like, to me, those are the things that I'm really intrigued with, just being a father myself. And, you know,
my wife would probably definitely say that the players come first.
Okay.
The recruiting comes first, even though I will say the family is at the top, you know. Course. So you always take care of that. I wouldn't be able to do what I do without their support.
Yes, for sure.
Be able to bring all these guys into the program.
I'm going to tell one on him. It is the wife and the girls.
Yes.
Because he confessed after week one when it didn't go real well. We're talking. He says, "Good to talk to you. I didn't talk to anybody this week. I didn't even want to talk to my mama this week." So it is the wife and the girls. Yeah. Mama eventually. Yeah. He'll get to.
I lived that life. I lived that life.
Yeah.
Let's go to some of the players, Coach, that will be a part of your program in the future. I hope I'm getting it right. Jaira Edwards out of St. Francis, Maryland. He's a safety. And I know that obviously Roman loves talking about these guys, but he's a young man that can definitely play.
Roman is going to love this guy.
I've heard.
He's going to love this guy. You're going to love a lot of our guys. I mean, our class, you're going to love it. But physicality, I mean, he's got the skills out on the perimeter, but he will come down and he will hit you hard. And he loves football. He is a phenomenal leader, teammate, and got his team playing in a national championship game here coming up. So he loves it, and he plays in a great program there.
Yes, and St. Francis, for those that don't know, it has a rough neighborhood and a rough edge to it. And they said he is constantly getting those guys to do the right thing, to be prepared, to be present. And Coach hit on it perfectly. He will be a great leader on this team eventually. I heard he loves football. You're right.
Yeah, there's a commitment and a sacrifice you make, and every guy does it. It happens a different way, and you kind of tipped off on what his commitment and sacrifice has been, with where he lives and how he has to operate with his team.
We're seeing highlights now, Coach, of Sedarian Morgan, a kid out of Benjamin Russell High School in Alex City, Alabama native.
Man, what do you have, almost 1,500 yards, I think, receiving, and just constantly these games that are in the, not 100, but like multiple hundreds, just a threat.
16 TDs as well.
Yeah, just outside, inside, screen passes. Physical present. He's a great basketball player. He's I think a 6'8" high jumper, if I remember right, going back to the spring when I was talking to him and excited about it. I was kind of blown away that a guy this big is getting up that high. Just a good athlete all around.
Speaking of big athletes that can get up, Max Sutter, a tight end coach, and man, these are so important in your offense. Can't have enough of them. 6'5" plus, 230 pounds out of Illinois.
Multiple sport guy, played basketball, comes from great genes. Dad was a college football player, NFL football player as well, and
that always helps.
That helps. And so Max, had that driving force there in the family, but all across the board. He's got, family of sisters that are great athletes too, and just an awesome family. Really excited to have Mac here. He's a guy that brings energy too.
I love it.
You get on the phone every
Reminds me
time
of my
with him
family.
and you see him around.
Like that.
He's got juice. Can't
Love
wait to
that.
get him here.
This guy's got juice as well, Coach. He's the best running back in high school football in the country. E.J. Crowell from right here in the state of Alabama down in Jackson.
Yeah, when he decided to reclassify and come out a year early, we knew exactly where we needed to go, and getting him here is huge for us in our program and the running back position. A guy that can that finishes in the end zone, but so has that type of top end, but also just over and over what he can do in a confined area, breaking tackles, bouncing off guys, running through them, making guys miss. He's an exciting athlete, a big athlete for how old he is right now too, and can't wait to get him in our program and get him working in the weight room.
I love that he reclassed and still has the ability to come in and play right away. He said, I don't need to do high school anymore. Let's go get it right now.
His mindset is there's like a confidence, and it's not fake. It's like real, and it's
earned.
He has a reason to be confident.
You ought to be confident if you got the name Bear and you come into Bama. Bear Fretwell, a Georgia native at 6'6 plus, 296 pounds, big offensive lineman that'll be wearing crimson next year.
Big, that's for sure. He's got a big frame. Excited to get him here. He loves Bama, and his family does too. And so
clearly,
oh man, yeah, right, exactly. It's amazing how there's been more and more Bears and Bryants and things like that. More and more Knicks that I find out that.
Just keep living in the South, Coach.
So
just keep living down here. You'll find
awesome.
them. They're everywhere. You'll find a couple Crimsons out there too.
That's right.
Yeah.
There are indeed. Next up, Coach, is a quarterback from Orem, Utah. You're getting them locally. You're getting them from all over the place. Orem, Utah, not exactly a hop, skip, and a jump from Tuscaloosa, but Taden Kawa will have a lot of folks coming here to see him from that state.
Yeah, threw for, I think, 30-plus touchdowns a few years in a row here. Just a big body guy that can just sling it. And, identified him back a few years ago. And, Coach Grubb in particular just stayed in touch, and just excited to have him here. He can make the throw down the field. Again, state championship team that he ran there and operated with. So he's a winner through and through.
Coach, I just love that. So when you're looking at these quarterbacks, it's not just a one-year process. How many years out are you seeing these guys and just tracking?
Yeah, I think, and that's what's helpful now. Being in year 2, I think you see the relationships, especially locally, that we're starting to build. And I mean, you say starting because I feel like we've gone a long ways, but to me, it's all relative. It's still in its early stages.
Yeah,
and so, but that does happen. You know, I think of like Derek Meadows that we brought in last year. We saw him in camp 3-4 years, earlier, and he ran and was tall. And so these type of guys, pop up, and you just stay in touch. And that's a big part of it.
Even kids that are out of small high school programs, Coach, like Jet Tamala in Nebraska.
Everything's through the air when you got Jet.
Yes, good point.
Right?
Well done.
What a perfect name, huh? He threw for he's the all-time state leader in Nebraska for passing yards, passing touchdowns, and won their state championship. Really not really anyone close to competing with them, and probably played most of his games were about half a game. And they did go on the road and played a game earlier, and were wanting to play out of state, and they're very good football team that he's a part of there, and he runs the show as their quarterback. They got a lot of really good players in that program.
There's the big board, Coach. The names that have officially put it on the dotted line. I don't know if they're faxing it in anymore, but it's a great list.
It's crazy. It is crazy.
They're texting you.
Everyone used to sit by the fax machine.
Oh, yeah.
And, not that there's betting going on, right?
No.
We're not talking. But you were trying to get the first one to come through at 7 a.m. or whatever time it was, and it's just a totally different process. We don't sit around each other anymore, and everything's text message on who came in. And
are you excited, like when you see the Instagram post come by? Is that when it's official now? When the post comes out? Is that the new email? That's the new fax?
Courtney and the staff sent me texts and keep me updated, but that's pretty close.
All right.
Yes,
I'm sure they're tracking that.
Yeah.
They're tracking it all. Coach, congratulations on a great signing day, great signing class that you put together.